One little change. The line between a consumer and a producer is unclear to me. Those who have never given it any attention or who are unaware of what it means and why it matters question how it could possibly impact our everyday lives or the world in which we live. It carries a lot more weight than you might think. Whether you see yourself as a consumer or a producer will have a big impact on how you spend your life. What type of mind are you most sensitive to? In other words, you ought to be aware of how we think and how it could affect how you act. We must first identify the characteristics and traits that set each apart. Customers are referred to as consumers. Today's market seems to have an endless supply of media and goods. They usually use leisure pursuits like entertainment as an escape from accountability. It's also feasible that they slavishly adopt whatever trends are now popular. What does that therefore imply? A person's focus may be diverted from their work by a variety of factors, including vacations, new technology, superfluous expenditures, a high-definition cable package, gambling, and substance misuse. While certain distractions might be dangerous or even fatal, many others are just expensive ways to pass the time. Fad diets, get-rich-quick schemes, and must-have consumer products are examples of short fixes that might empty your money account and make you feel depressed. Moreover, taking on debt that doesn't have many long-term benefits. The primary source of expenditure for consumers is income from a job. They make good use of their resources and work to enhance their income. Some people are fortunate enough to have occupations they enjoy, but the majority do not, so the cycle continues. When it comes to having more free time or being able to pay the rent, work is sometimes considered as little more than a tool. You regard quality differently as a consumer than a producer would. Many of the things that people buy with their money are made to give them a momentary rush of pleasure. Usually, they don't take the prospective results into account, and don't give a damn about how everything fits together. The way of life recommended here is governed by the maxim, life is for the living. Who exactly is a producer? Those involved in production view money as a tool for accomplishing tasks. Spending, in their eyes, is an investment, either in their own financial well-being or in the welfare of another person. What does that adage actually mean? It goes without saying that one needs money to make money. The goal of this concept is to increase a producer's income. Consider investing in something like real estate for a long-term return. Producers typically have patience. They aren't very interested in get-rich-quick scams since they are realistic about the amount of time it might take to see a return on their investment. Another type of output is investment in oneself. In other words, they spend money on experiences that will advance their personal and professional growth. They might broaden their knowledge by reading, going to lectures, and taking part in workshops. Creators are aware that honing their skills can ultimately raise their value. They understand that investing in their own well-being is a sort of self-investment. Taking better care of yourself could help you have more energy and stamina for new opportunities. You can avoid problems that bad self-care practices might bring on and save money on possible medical treatments. The price of wholesome food and a gym membership can be seen as money well spent by a company. Similar to this, a person who values their health would benefit from receiving a good pair of running shoes or other fitness accessories, such a nice set of golf clubs. Making also entails making investments in other people. This is being done for reasons other than money. People frequently pay for a service from a professional in a particular sector, or join a group particularly to network with others in that field. Customers gain expert outcomes while avoiding the trouble of conducting the task themselves in this situation. Sometimes people will provide others financial support because they value what they are doing. The donors think that by making their gifts, society will as a whole gain. Against the maker. The final purposes to which both consumers and producers put their money are a crucial point of comparison. The priorities of two people might not coincide. Sincerity dictates that every one of us can be found anywhere along the continuum between being a consumer and a creator. While some people may exhibit traits from both camps, others may be wholly committed to one or the other. Not that I'm advocating that businesses never make careless purchases. Yes, They may indulge in opulent travel, showy vehicles, and bad habits. Customers may even be homeowners if they find their jobs to be fulfilling enough to make ends meet on a monthly basis. It's not necessary to be meticulous in all areas of your life, from your financial decisions to how frequently you exercise. There is no perfect way to live. However, it's crucial to think about your life objectives and assess whether or not you're on the proper path. Are you a manufacturer or a consumer? What type of mind are you most sensitive to? Is what you're doing there aiding you in any way? It's not required to change your behavior because of this. Is there a compelling argument for adopting a production mentality? Do you stand to gain anything by changing how you view the value of your time and the money you make? Let's begin with the money, then. If you were an investor, you would be seeking out ways to increase your cash flow. Imagine your money was a boomerang that came back to you with dividends rather than waving goodbye as it vanished into the distance. If they were fully honest, the majority of people would acknowledge that they could always use a little additional cash. So what if you found a way to make your current resources generate more money? What do you treasure most, then? What dietary or exercise habits would you be willing to change if it meant improving your health? This may be the case if you value having a small number of meaningful possessions over a vast number of unimportant ones. Would you change your present spending habits? Vivienne Westwood, a fashion designer, says, "Buy little, buy good." Considering each purchase you make carefully. Your interests and pursuits may have new significance when you give your life more thought. You may think more clearly, stay calmer, and worry about your possessions less when you have less stuff. Timber Hawkeye, a minimalist novelist, describes his way of life in this manner. "If I don't own it, I don't have to dust it." We can now discuss the passing of time. The most valuable resource of all is time. Each of us is given a specific amount of time to live on this planet. If so, how do you intend to employ them? Just consider what you may change if you had more free time. In a variety of ways, creating something of worth can lead to monetary success and personal fulfillment. Making a move is one of the best methods to increase your knowledge and develop into the person you've always wanted to be. What ought I to do? How to transition from being a passive consumer to an active participant is now the question. In any event, you are moving closer to your objective of personal development if you find yourself ruminating about such a thing. The next step requires creating fresh goals and upholding them. Think about how you perceive yourself to be a creative force. Spend some time improving yourself. Obtain some fresh knowledge. Alter the subject you're studying. Decide on a regular time to work out. Eat well to look after your body. Take a shot at something novel and creative. You can feel accomplished by making some art or by making your bed in the morning. Identify yourself to strangers. Give innovative ideas a chance. Do something constructive for your community. The process of adjusting to new conditions takes time. Always remember that while producers are patient, they also have a goal and continually work toward it. Modify the way you think about how you use your resources. Keep in mind that becoming a producer is not a goal in itself, rather, it is a fortuitous result. It's about recognizing true value, having a strong sense of curiosity, and showing a passionate interest in everything it has to offer. The idea is to actively participate in the action rather than only watch it. The American novelist and educator Anna Lapp once said, "Every time you spend money, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want." Why not work towards creating the future you imagine rather of diverting your focus from the task at hand? So, what do you think about this topic? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, you're sure to like this video as well. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.